Considering what you just said, where do you stand whenever you're out there in social media? Let's say you're
Like rumors?
no, not rumors, just even like big topics like politics or like uh, pop culture, anything like
Like
celebrities being caught up in some bullshit. Like
what's my stance on it?
no, okay, so for example, like me, I scroll through social media. I'm on social media daily. I don't spend. There's a use for it, and I use it for what I need it for.
Yeah.
But I don't spend like tons of time on it, just sitting there like basking in everything that social media has to offer. But I constantly run across stuff that I have a very specific opinion on,
Yes.
and I see something, and I'm like, hey, well, hold on. And I see something, and I read it, and I'm like, this person is obviously an idiot because they don't understand what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Because if they did understand it, then it would go this way, blah blah blah. And I'm sorry, I'm keeping this very basic and very generic, but so then I get there and I'm like, well, hold on, like this is what you like. Why do you say that when you don't understand this and you don't understand that? And then it goes into a back and forth heated argument. Now that happens enough times to where now I see something pop up and I'm like, here's my opinion, and I start typing out this nasty message about how I feel that contradicts what they said.
Yeah.
And then I get to a point at the end where I'm like, this will fall on deaf ears because this person I'm communicating with is an idiot to this topic. So I backspace it all and I delete it and I just keep scrolling.
So
Like,
what's your
have you
question?
ever been in that? So that, like, at what point do you say, hey, bro, get educated? Or do you say, hey, you're an idiot, let's fight? Or do you say, I'm right, you're wrong, I don't want to offer you any explanation as to why? Like, where do you sit?
I
Do
usually
you engage with them in hopes that you're going to change their mind?
No.
Do you engage with them in hopes that you're going to start a fight and you guys can just, like, get out some sort of bravado, machado, like, let's fight? Or are you just like,
I don't
I'm not
care-
going to communicate with an idiot because it's not going to get anywhere?
Well, first of all, I don't think they're an idiot. If someone says something that I don't think, maybe it's idiotic, I don't go, that person's an idiot. I usually go, he said something that I feel is idiotic or doesn't make sense to me. And so I don't usually engage in stuff like that. And I'll give you the perfect example because I'm a victim of this. So I got to a point where I had to change my thinking. There's a video that I posted on this channel, one of my first videos. I actually removed the comment, and I'm kind of ashamed that I did that. I've talked to a friend about it since then, and they told me, dude, you should have left that. And I said, you know what? You're right. Someone commented on one of my old videos before I was doing the podcast, when I was just doing funny videos. I posted it on Reddit. He was trying to promote it. And he came over and watched the video. And this guy, a social troll, decided that he was going to post on there and talk about, he pretty much said, can't believe I found this video. Wasted my time. You need to work on your personality. You're not that funny. And my first thought was like, God, I'm so fucking funny if this guy knew. And I thought about it. And then I thought the opposite, which is maybe I'm not as funny as I think I am.
Maybe he doesn't see you as funny, and that's only his opinion.
So here's the thing: is I felt like I didn't want people to see it. I felt like I didn't have a huge following, anyways, and it would really hurt my. I thought too much about what other people would think about, and I removed it. And then I went on to stop doing videos. Other things happened as well, but then I started realizing, like, dude, if I'm gonna do videos online, I'm gonna have to get used to people having those opinions. So to answer your question, if someone were to do that, or if there's something I don't believe in, first of all, if it's kind of silly, then I'll leave it alone. The only time I've ever engaged was on a gym post. I'm part of this group on Facebook called Gym Addicts, which I highly recommend if anyone wants to add to that group. The people post their transformations, and essentially somebody posted up a picture of themselves, and he was really overweight, and then the after picture was him still overweight but less. You know what I mean?
Of course.
But it was enough that it was noticeable, right?
Yeah.
And everyone commented on it, and I was reading it, and I cared that people, like, first of all, that is vulnerable for him to even post up a picture of himself in general, right? And I've seen plenty of pictures where there's a before and after, and they look the same, and I go, I'll leave that one alone. I don't know if he's working out that hard. This guy for sure made progress, but was still not his best self. And someone had posted on there pretty much saying, like, hey, man, I'm tired of seeing people post stuff like this. If you have a goal, have a goal. I think you want to be positive, but don't be posting stuff like this until you complete your goal. You obviously haven't put that much effort in. You're not to where you want to be, so what is there to be proud of? Take this shit down. And he pretty much posted that. And I normally don't engage in that, and regardless of my feelings, all I posted back, I said, hey, brother, I don't think you should have posted this, but I respect you putting your opinion. This guy's putting in work. He's obviously in better shape in the other picture than he was in the first one. Just keep in mind, we're all on our own journeys. His journey may not be your journey, but you need to respect that he's on his own. Much love to you. I hope you find what you're looking for. And that was it. And I brought it from a place of kindness. I could have been like, you piece of I could have looked at his profile and found something wrong with him. Dude, your nipples are inverted. Your fucking left shoulder's, like, whatever. I could have made, dude, your fucking hairline's jacked up. Why even, I could have clowned him.
But he could have also have motivated the other person to do more.
I don't think that's motivating. I think
it's not. That's definitely demeaning for sure.
He's taking someone that's when do we shame progress? When is that okay? The answer is never, because progress isn't perfection, but it's a step towards it. And why would you look at someone that's walking in the right direction and tell them, remind them of the other direction, right? No, they're already doing that. What are you trying to do? Shut up. That's my point. If you can't, maybe you're that person. Hey, I don't know how to encourage someone to do something they haven't achieved yet. You're either doing it or you don't. I respect that. So shut up. Don't say anything. But definitely don't say, hey, you're not that great. Why even try? Don't say, what's the point of that, dude? You're either encouraging him or don't fucking post, dude. Leave that dude alone.
Keep scrolling.
Yes, because at the end of the day, what are my words doing to help this person? If the answer is nothing, then shut up. Like, why did he have to write that? Mm-hmm. Do you think the reality is it made him feel better because he was in better shape than that guy. Probably not his best shape, but for whatever reason, writing to that guy, he justified it as being like, you have to use the restroom?
Yep.
Do it. You're good. He justified it as, I'm helping encourage this person to be a better version of themselves. But in reality, all he's really doing is feeding his own ego, which is, hey, I feel powerful or good about myself when I remind people of this. And I think that's terrible. I don't think you should ever take any sort of process or any sort of journey that someone's on and go, it's not the way I would do it, so it's wrong. And I definitely don't think you should post it up for the world to see, because there's other assholes in the world that will chime in on that, because people believe popular opinion. And if one asshole posts a comment that gets a bunch of likes, everyone thinks that that's the right thing. Nobody scrolls. If there's 1,000 comments on a YouTube video or anything, no one scrolls to the original one. They're going to go with the popular one that shows up in the front. And if that popular one says, you fat fuck, you're not really where you want to be, then everyone's going to jump on that train, that very, very wrong train that you created because you're insecure about the person that you are. That's how I feel about it. If you want to encourage someone, do it in the right way. You wouldn't talk to your mother that way. And if you hate your mom, you wouldn't talk to your father that way. If you hate your father, whoever you love, whether it's a friend, the person you're with, who cares? Your coworker, your boss, artist, musician, whoever you admire, you wouldn't speak to them that way. So why would you speak to a stranger that way? Other than the fact that you can probably get away with it. That's my only point, is try to be authentic, and authentically yourself isn't doing those things that you wouldn't do to the people you care about, because this person is someone that is cared about by someone, and you shouldn't publicly do that. Even if it was my friend and that was my real criticism, I don't think I would publicly post up a criticism like that if it was to a friend. I just don't think I would.
What's the world going to be like tomorrow?
The world?
As far as all of this goes. I think a lot of the things that you were talking about, and I might have missed a little bit of the tail end of that.
Talking to the mic.
Tomorrow's normal may not be the same as today's. So what if the majority of people, there's 6 billion people on this planet? What if 5.5 billion people all agree that being overweight is bad and that you should be shamed for it? Then all of a sudden that's the new okay.
I think being overweight is bad. But hear me out.
That's not the point. The point of that piece is, what about tomorrow's normal? So today, your opinion about everything in life is all based off of your personal experience. But as time goes on, people change, society changes. I can probably paint another picture on that whole subject. Look at millennials, and look at even the youngest crowd that's growing up now, right? Mm-hmm. They're listening to music that may be a little bit different than what you used to listen to. But when we were kids, what did our grandparents and our parents say? They said, this is garbage. You guys listen to a bunch of new garbage. Well, now here we are thinking that the music that we listen to in the 90s and 2000s, whatever, is like good music, and then the new music coming out in 2019 and 2020 is garbage. Like, what's the
I don't
new
think it's all
norm? What's the
garbage.
new norm going to be like?
I
All
don't know.
this,
I don't know what the new norm is going to be like. I really don't.
but what if it affects your opinion now?
It might, and that's the beauty of life and going to different places. And
But are
going.
you gonna just like plant
It
your
won't
feet
change.
down?
No, it won't change how I approach people. I approach people with kindness, and I try to approach people with understanding. And regardless if it's music, health, whatever it is, that's my stance on things. Look, it's this weird thing going back to the health thing. And when I said that, I just want to clarify my comments because I don't want anyone getting upset at me. And I know that's, again, we're talking about this. The people that watch you are like, what do you mean being overweight's bad? I'm not saying you're a bad person. I'm not saying I'm like, no one, who cares? We should all accept people the way they are, but there's nothing wrong with being healthy. Nobody would sit here and say to a smoker, what you're doing is fine. People need to love you the way you are. There's this huge thing going around. Hey, you're polluting your lungs. You're putting smoke in your lungs. You're going to die. Do you want to die before you have kids? Or if you have kids, do you want to die before they get to see their father or mother grow up? Everyone would get on board with that. You should not smoke. It's a health hazard. Well, being overweight is also a health hazard. I'm not saying you should shame someone that's overweight, but wanting that person to be healthy, there's nothing wrong with that. I am considered overweight. I'm considered obese. I really am. With my BMI mass index, I know even
My
beyond that.
BMI says I'm overweight too, but
Here's the thing. Beyond that, I know that I'm not my healthiest. And if someone encouraged me to be healthy, encourage is the key word, not shame me, encourage me to be healthy, there's nothing wrong with that person. There's this weird societal thing. If we could physically see it, then you're rude and you're a bully.
Is
If
the
I even
BMI
mention to
correct,
someone, if I mention to someone that asks me for help, hey, I don't feel so good about my body, and I go, hey, you are a little bit overweight, but I can help you. They go, why would you even say that? No, like, I hate that. You should be healthy. Whatever that means to you, you should be healthy. And if you're healthy,
so be an individual.
you should want to live long, right? That's it.
Of course.
And think about the smoker thing, right? It's so easy to shame a smoker, and the person smoking always has to go, yeah, I know, I want to quit, I'm aware of it. They don't get mad, like, how dare you shame me? Smoking a cigarette
is sexy.
Come here, fellow smokers. Let's all get together. Did you hear what this person just told me? I should quit smoking? Are you out of your mind?
Quick, get
He doesn't
him.
love me for who I am. Nobody. That would never happen. But if someone fat shamed or mentioned that someone's overweight, they're immediately talked to about, like, you're an asshole, you're a bully, you don't care about them, who they are. Look, I don't think you should go out and be rude. I don't think you should use the word fat unless it's in a positive way if you're referring to literal fat or fats you need in your diet. But I'm saying it is okay to want to be healthier, and it's okay to want your friends to be healthier. It's okay to want your family to be healthier.
And you believe that.
I 100% believe
But
that.
what about
people
the
should be
person
healthy.
that's like, wait, what? Why do I want to live forever? I want to get to the afterlife quick as possible because that's where all the fun happens.
Oh, well, then we got a
Like,
whole nother story there.
But the point, but the point is,
If there's a person that
everybody's
says I
opinion
want to
about
get
it is
faster to
different.
death in life, then there's a whole nother thing there.
everybody has a different outlook on everything. Some people think
I know that.
Some people that thinking that being thick is a desirable thing. Some people think that showing
Being
bones
thick is a desirable thing. I think we're confusing.
that's your opinion. But
fat
some people think that
with
having
body
freaking ribs
shape. Yes.
and having your bones showing is a
That's
desirable thing.
all that
and then
stuff
some
is
people
not
think
what
that
I'm referring to.
ripped muscle is a desirable thing. They're all different. though.
Body
They all see
types,
things.
genetics, some of those things are. Have you ever seen someone that's in shape? Have you seen a lineup of 100 people that would be considered in shape?
I've
They don't all look the same. Some people have wider hips, some people have shorter hips, some people have bigger shoulders, smaller shoulders. Some people some people have like six packs that are popping out. Some people have flat stomachs. Same thing with women. Some people have big butts, small butts. Look, that's a genetic preference. Like, my only thing is be healthy. I'm not saying go be a supermodel, and I'm not
Why
saying
would you want to be healthy though?
because you want to live forever. Because the people around you deserve a person that's
I think
alive.
that it's only appropriate to want to live forever if your life is desirable.
Is your life not
okay,
desirable if
look-
you have
look
someone
back-
that loves you?
Look back when we were kids, right?
Yes.
And life was shit. Do you agree that we had some shitty experiences?
For sure.
What if your long life that you just wanted to preach about, the long, long life, the healthy life where you're consuming your vegetables and your vitamins and you're going to live to be 98, right? What if that time between now and the time that you reach 98 is filled with those shit experiences that you had when you're younger? That's not a desirable situation to be in. Wouldn't you rather just live a short life where you have tons and tons of really great, memorable, fun times than live a long life where you're just like miserable. So what I'm saying is there's going to be a variance in perception, right? Some people think that living healthy, going through your whole life just eating uh, raw vegetables and vitamins, whatever. You're living your whole life, and then next thing you know, you're old and you're healthy still. But did you focus on having fun? Did you really enjoy
You
your
can do
life to the
both.
fullest? I've gotten to a point in my life where I'm like, do I need to have a freaking massive six pack and just be shredded to be happy? No, I don't give a shit about that. I want to do the things that I want to do.
Healthy and healthier are very different. What I'm saying is you should always want to be healthier. You may never get to your version of what you think health is, and maybe your version of health isn't having a six pack. But don't if you had children, don't you think they deserve to have their father
I think
around?
my children deserve to have the life that they enjoy having, whatever that means for them. And this is going to be where all the controversy comes out. People are going to have different
Well,
opinions
to
on what
answer your
this
original
means.
question, if someone came out to me and said what you said, if someone said to me, if someone said that response, and they're like, "Hey, man, I'm overweight because I actually don't enjoy my life and I want to get to death closer." First of all, I'd be taken back, like that's some real shit. Like that's the realest shit I've ever heard. Like you know what I mean? And I think I would have a different response to that. It would immediately go to like, well, why do you feel that way? And I would care a little bit more. But that's not what people typically do. Let's be honest. You're talking about something that's a little bit out there. Maybe that happens. For the most part, people go, accept me the way I am. That's all I'm
Okay.
saying.
So let's use you and I as good examples because
Sure.
we're both here and we can vouch for ourselves.
Yeah.
I'm a car guy. I love cars. That's my shit. That's I spend most I my day job literally consists of working on cars. And then my free time and my extracurriculars include working on cars, okay? So cars are my thing.
Yeah.
Yours, what's yours? You have your day job and then a lot of time and this correct me if I'm wrong, you're a fitness person. You like to do fitness. You enjoy being healthy and doing fitness stuff. So, at the end of our lives, when we're on our deathbeds, whatever time that is for us, who lived the better life? Did I live a better life than you because I didn't work out as much, but maybe I enjoyed cars a little bit better? But you actually were at the gym for a lot of hours every week
But I don't
for
feel
the
like it's a
whole.
burden. I get what you're saying. I
The
don't think it would
quality of
matter.
life is different for you than it is for me.
But you're not complaining. I think you need to take yourself out of the scenario because I've never
So
once.
it all comes down to happiness.
I've never heard you go like, I really want, because you're in a relationship. I've never once heard you, I really want to get a relationship, but I don't feel comfortable in my body. I really think that like I'm being bullied because of the way I look. I don't think I've ever heard you say that. If anything, I've made jokes to you and you like laugh and enjoy those jokes. So I don't think that you're part of that. I think that you found a place where you are healthier or at least to a place where you're going to be. But I'm saying to the people that think, accept me the way I am and don't make any comments and conform to my way of life. I'm saying if it bothers you, right? Like if I say a joke to you and you don't care about it or it's not true, then you laugh. But if I say something that is true and it hurts your feelings and it comes out differently, if that's the issue and you have an issue with this thing and you know that it's affecting your way of living, if you're huffing and puffing when you walk to a place, you can't play with your kids because you're not in shape. When I say like overweight, like maybe you're not overweight, maybe you just don't have good physicality and you can't play sports with your kids, the things that you desire to do. Either don't complain about it
Desire.
or change it. That's it. But people that complain and say like, oh, like people need to accept me the way that I am. Do you accept the way that you are? And if the answer is yes, then maybe the world does too. But if the answer is no, then change it.
I think the bottom line here should be live your life to where you're the happiest that you could possibly be with yourself and with the life that you chose to live.